Hey everyone, Jenn and Adam here with PepperHarrow, and today for our fireside chat, we're going to talk about the best things about living on a farm and the biggest challenges we have about living on the farm. We hope you guys enjoy these fireside chats. As the season gets better, we'll go outside more, but it's a little bit white and cold outside, so we're hanging out inside a little bit more, so hope you guys are okay with that.
So what are the best things about living on a farm? Well, for me, it's getting in touch with nature and the tranquility that living on a farm can bring. Adam and I used to live in the city before we moved out to the country, and we lived in a very urban area where our neighbors were literally 10 feet from us in either direction, it felt like anyway. Maybe I'm being dramatic about it, but having this wide open space and all of this quiet, it is so incredibly peaceful, and we love it.
Living on a farm, we get to live by the seasons. It's something we kind of never, we had an idea when we first moved here, but you really find out when you move to a farm and start working the farm that you are living by the seasons. We're familiar with moon phases now, and not purposefully, we just kind of know. But that's one of the amazing things about living out on a farm.
What's your favorite season?
My favorite season is fall.
Mine too.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people's favorite seasons are fall. Fall is pretty amazing. I love the smell of the change that comes, even though I'm not a big fan of winter.
Well, I like fall because the dahlias are like going crazy, blooming their little heads off. The leaves are changing. You're just starting to get some of that cool weather, and we've just come off of an incredibly brutal hot summer. So it's like a welcome reprieve from the heat. And I don't know, I think we both start to kind of go into hibernation mode. We just love that chill in the air, and
And fall's really nice for us because we start to slow down a little bit, and this is when we get to take a lot more nature walks around the property, go down in our timber and have a campfire. What's another thing that you like about living on the farm?
I love having farm animals. I continually try to get Adam to buy new animals for the farm. So yes, I love having animals. We have 4 dogs right now. No, 3 dogs.
Right now, yeah, we have 3 dogs.
We had 5 dogs at one point, and you'll find that once you have a farm, people just will you take this dog? I'm like, yes, I'll take it. And we try never to walk into animal rescue centers because we'll definitely walk out with a dog.
And we're probably at our max with cats. We're up to 9 cats.
Yeah, we decided maybe we have a few too many cats. We need to build a cat carriage house outside for them.
A cat palace. Yeah.
A cat palace. They have lots of beds and places to hang out. What do you like about living on a farm?
As an artist, I love that I look at the farm as one big canvas. So it's really amazing to have a piece of land to take care of and to be able to add habitats. And when we first moved here, we put in a bunch of bluebird houses because there weren't really many bluebirds when we first moved here, and we put all these bluebird houses all over the farm. And now we have this bluebird paradise. We have all these amazing birds, but I love having the opportunity to have a piece of land to take care of.
One other thing that I think is really cool about having a farm, up until this last year, I had a full-time job, and it was a 9-to-5. I traveled a lot. I was all over the place, and now that I'm actually working full-time on the farm this year, it's amazing that I get to set my own schedule, have flexible hours. I don't feel constrained to that same 9-to-5 schedule, but it feels so liberating to have my schedule completely clear, and whatever I need to get done for that day, I know it's on me, and it doesn't have to be within a window. It's whenever I get it done, I get it done.
I've been on the farm full-time for about 5 years now. I worked about 5 years before I came here full-time, and it's been really cool to see Jenn finally be on the farm. We've looked forward to this moment because there's so much more that we can get done with both of us here. And it's been cool for me as I remember my first year being on the farm full time, and it's been neat to watch Jenn's first year on the farm, like she's a little infant, a little farm infant.
I don't know if he's actually happy or sad that I'm on the farm now because...
No, I love having you here.
Really?
Yeah.
He says I boss him around. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't boss you around. No, but seriously, like, I'm usually the one like chasing you around like, hey, that's broken, go fix it.
Yeah.
Not that he doesn't know that there's a ton of things that need to be done, but it's fun to like, poke you with the stick occasionally.
Another thing I love about being here is finally after 10 years we put in apple trees and all sorts of berries when we first moved here, and the berries started to produce pretty quickly, but it was only within the past couple of years that we finally started to have fruits from our trees, like apples and stuff like that.
Man.
So having fresh fruits and vegetables during the season is amazing, and being able to can the stuff, it's awesome.
The biggest thing that we love about having a farm is being able to grow flowers. We dreamed and dreamed and dreamed for 7 years. It was 7 years of dreaming, right?
Yeah, it was a long time.
I always think, was it 7 or 10? 7 years of dreaming, and finally we are literally living our dream. And I don't know, it's just amazing to see something that you dreamed and dreamed and dreamed about be able to come to fruition and be able to have this amazing beauty surround you and be able to be fulfilled by that.
It was indeed many years of dreaming before we were actually able to take the step to move to the farm. And yes, it's been absolutely amazing to see the stuff that I had a dream journal that I would clip different pictures of magazines and write ideas down. Farm names that we would think of, all sorts of things in this really thick, it was a pretty thick notebook with fancy paper. But it was a lovely journal that we put together of dreaming to have this farm, and it's just been absolutely amazing to see these things come to reality. And even when we moved here in 2011, I remember standing out in some of the far off places just being bewildered at the thought of growing out that far, and we're that far and beyond now.
We're there. We're there.
Crazy.
Even we're like, whoa, how?
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to see. We started with a patch this big, and now we're up to 7 acres. Like, whoa.
I mean, this whole journey has been pinching ourselves, but I think this 10th year, where we really get to see a lot of the things that we put into play in the very beginning actually be here now. This 10th year has definitely been, or will be, a big pinch yourself year. Now, our biggest challenges of living on the farm. I would definitely have to say my absolute biggest challenge here on the farm is things breaking. And I always say, NASA could design a tool to survive a trip through a black hole, but it wouldn't survive 6 months on the farm. So things break here, and even household things. Like I don't even remember how many times I've had to fix our dishwasher, which never happened in our neighborhood house, which is the crazy thing. So what is one of your biggest challenges here on the farm?
I'll talk about a couple. The first one is our kids not being able to have neighbor kids to play with, and that's small, but it's something that I think about. Even though our kids have this rich, amazing property to be able to roam and have grown up with, and maybe I know for sure that they've had some amazing adventures and some great times. I still feel like maybe that's one thing that they've missed out on, is not having neighbor kids to grow up and play with. So that's one thing. And then another one that I think about a lot is we're kind of chained to the farm. We feel like we can never leave because there's always something that needs to be done or taken care of. Seedlings are always growing, and it's not like easy to find people that can help take care of the farm for you while you're gone. So I don't know. Those are a couple things for me that I feel like are maybe some of the biggest challenges with having a farm.
Yeah.
How about you? What's kind of something that you want to talk about?
Another one for me would be death.
Okay.
And I know that seems harsh, but I am the one that has to deal with animals dying. It's me, and
I'm glad you
we
do it.
went through a stint where we just were just had lost animals pretty consecutively. We had our dog that he was 16 that we had to finally put down, which was terrible.
Oh, and Monty.
Yeah, our llama got sick and died. So it was a string of things dying, and that was pretty difficult. That was just kind of a difficult time.
I bet, like, losing chickens from predators, even, like,
Yes,
you
yeah.
fall in love with these animals and then they just get offed by a predator and you're not expecting it. And especially for us coming from the city and the kids having to experience it, the kids were bawling. Oh, it was awful having to deal with that.
And that was one of the reasons why, you know, like you may have heard earlier, we used to keep cows on the farm. And that was one of the reasons why I started to get rid of some of these animals, because we just had to streamline our life a little bit and just take some of that burden off. I just needed it off my plate.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And then, of course,
And of course, with animals, there's poop.
there is? You don't say.
It seems like if you get chickens, the only place they want to poop is at your front door.
I know. I can't even dream of what the UPS and FedEx delivery guys think about delivering packages to our house.
And if you have a farm and you have chickens, you know what we're talking about. And even our dogs, like, they just seem to like want to poop in the wrong place. It just seems like there's poop everywhere. But,
Welcome to the farm.
yeah, welcome to the farm. Yeah. We said it was the challenges, it wasn't the pretty part.
It is what it is. I'm a little bit more accepting of it than Adam is. He's like, it gets really frustrated. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't this just melt away?
Yeah.
Fertilizer. I love it. I guess another thing is we never feel like things ever get done. Like,
Yes.
our work here on the farm is never done. And I'll let you kind of talk a little bit more about that.
Yes, living on a farm, like with tools breaking, there's always projects, there's always things to do, and it can get tough because it just seems like there's a never-ending list of tasks that just keeps growing and growing, and it feels really good when you're able to finally accomplish some, but there are a lot of tasks that just seem like they are never finished.
Well, and we're living at our work. You can never escape it. It's always in your face. So it's like kind of nice with a regular 9 to 5 because you can leave and go away from it. But some of you who have been working from home, like, you're kind of in the same boat now because you're just kind of always semi in front of the work that you have to do. And that's us every single day. Our work's never done. We always see something to do, and the list of tasks is never ending. Even sitting here right now, we know there's like a task. There's a task board. We actually have 40 different things that we need to actually get done. It's not getting done.
Yeah. And we have to force ourselves to not lay in bed and talk about our business, talk about the farm.
Oh my, that's huge actually.
Yeah.
It happens.
Or wake up and immediately start talking about what we have to do on the farm.
I get more in trouble about that than Adam does. He has to remind me, like, you need to leave it outside. Like, we're not talking about the business. And it is amazing how much it crosses over into our personal lives. Like, we just talk about the business all of the time, talk about our farm all the time, rather than talking about things that normal couples talk about.
Yeah, especially because both of us are here and it's our income and our livelihood. We're always concerned about it because we have kids to feed. Yeah,
if you guys watched our day in the life of being on the farm, you'll see that every Thursday we would go and do a delivery out to the winery, and we would intentionally not talk about anything with the farm or work or anything. And it was like a semi-date night where we would get out for an hour and just have a time to visit between the two of us and not talk about work. So definitely very important to do that. And then the last thing that we find to be challenging is managing such a large area. We have 20 acres. Having such a large property, there is always something that needs to be maintained and taken care of. We have a fence that surrounds our property, and as part of being a good neighbor with the farmers that are around us, we have to maintain some of that fence. So we have to kind of go around and do checks on the fence to make sure there's no holes or anything.
Right-hand rule. The right part of the fence is our responsibility.
Yeah, things you learn after you have an agricultural property. You know, these are some of the things you pick up.
Yeah.
What are some things that are challenging for you for managing such a large area?
Well, all the mowing and making sure everything's maintained.
Yes.
You know, Jen and I joke about when we retire, we're getting a condo in Puerto Rico.
I'm there.
Yeah, no mowing, no yard to take care of, maybe some potted plants on the balcony. But yeah, we have a large area to take care of, and our farm's kind of an event space as well. So we like to have our farm looking tidy. It just makes us feel good. It makes us have a sense of control for a lot of out of the control things. So we have a large area to mow.
Yeah.
A lot of mowing
It's
and
huge.
bush hogging.
Yeah, and it always feels like when we focus on the outside, everything inside just goes haywire. Like when we're in the height of our season, everything looks really nice out here, but the inside of our home, not so much.
Yeah.
And then vice versa. Like right now, the inside of our home's is very, very tidy. Looks really great, and the outside's like, you know, there's some things laying around that we might need to get picked up. So
Yeah,
it's like you
but
can never
there's
have this absolute perfection.
There's a foot of snow outside though too.
Yes, it's a little bit inhibiting, as you guys can imagine.
Yeah. We hope you guys enjoyed us talking about our biggest challenges and the best thing about living on the farm. Hopefully it was a touch of reality for y'all.
We want to put together some content that you're interested in. So if you would, comment below. We will try our best to get new content out with the things that you're looking to hear from us on.
And we're working on a few ideas that you've already given us. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please like and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.